Disclaimer time. This podcast is directed at audiences 18 years and older, so if you're below the age of 18, I will politely tell you to fuck off. Now to those remaining, this podcast can still have discussions related to very sensitive topics, so even some of you may or may not get offended. So listeners' discretion is advised. On to the episode.
Alright. Fuck. This is such a good intro.
Perfect beginnings.
Anyways,
yeah.
Welcome back to the Born Yesterday podcast. I am, of course, your host, Fox, and today I'm joined by my friend, SJ.
Yo, SJ would be me. I am SJ, and SJ is me.
Anyways, I'm also joined by my other friend, not as much as SJ, Ben.
Hello, I am Ben. My residency is still in Germany, and we're all getting along very well.
And apparently Ben is not as much as I am.
Great.
Yep.
Oh, great.
All right.
Perfect.
So anyways, on to the topic.
No, wait. Okay. I was like, wait, where's the small talk? Aren't we supposed to fuck around for like 10 minutes?
No, that's not the topic anyways. That was not the topic.
NFTs it would be perfect. It would
have
be bad.
You guys heard of the Red 8 cartoon show, the NFT cartoon?
Oh, yeah, I have actually. It's supposed to really suck.
It does really suck. It's not supposed to really suck. It does suck.
I thankfully don't know about it, and I wouldn't want to look it up either. Thank you for the heads up.
Well, I'm going to bless you later after the podcast then, SJ.
Yeah, prepare your eye bleach, SJ.
Prepare my eye bleach. I always have that on my hand. Whenever Fox and I are in a VC, I always have that on the ready. I know I'm gonna need it one way or the other.
No, you don't.
Yes, of course you're gonna need it. Have you listened? You know what we talked about in episode 1.
You guys did it again. I fucking hate both of you.
Yeah, we're talking over each other. Let's go, Ben.
You guys did the same thing at the end of the second one, and you're doing it just from the beginning. Perfect, guys.
We're pro podcasters, don't worry.
Go ahead, Fox.
So, Ben didn't really get to see this, but I showed SJ something beautiful, and I asked him the question, is this a real game? Or is this a hentai?
Oh, yeah. I was about to tell Ben about that, right? But then I stopped because you were like, I thought you were going to tell it either way. So I wanted to wait when you were here too. Yeah. That was something. Yeah, that was an experience.
Maybe I should show Ben after we're done here.
Yeah, and drop the title too. What is it called? What is it called?
I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to leave it a surprise until the end.
What about the listeners? Okay, listeners who want to know what the fuck that is, wait till the end, I guess.
Yeah, finally I hope to have everyone listening to this episode.
Are we not enough? Guys, you fuck faces, we're not enough? You need more? You need more, you slutty whores? You fuck faces? I'm gonna censor all of that. Because I don't want them to get hurt, you know? Actually, no! Fuck you! There's a disclaimer in the beginning saying that we are degenerates. Fuck you! If you're here, you know what kind of people we are. Fuck you. Go to hell.
Hell yeah. That reminds me. This is actually the first podcast episode that we have recorded after releasing any of the episodes. Like the first 2 were recorded before we even released the first episode. So this is
which is why I would love that the next episode, so the 4th one, would be recorded on like Thursday this week. So I don't get pegged in the ass by the timing. Thank you.
What, you don't like pegging?
No, I would love to put my dick in ass. I don't like getting dick put in my ass.
Great.
Yeah, and specifically that ass should also be attached to a female for legal reasons.
Great. The episode is already starting out very, very nicely.
I know, and I haven't even got onto my topic yet.
I wonder what that is. Actually, you know what? Do it. What's the topic? Bless us.
All right. I'm not going to start with anything too crazy. It won't start getting crazy until we talk about what I brought up earlier. But today I kind of wanted to talk about fighting games, and more specifically, older ones, and how they're 100 times better than newer modern fighting games.
Great. It's It's episode 3 and I'm already getting excluded with the topics. I am in love.
You've played fighting games.
Yeah.
1.
And
You've
you
played
still know what
2.
fighting games are. You know what that is.
Yeah.
You
do the
know
button
your
mashing.
footsies. You know your safe jumps. You know your meaties, right?
Great.
Okay.
All right.
So
Don't tell me
I'm
you don't.
immediately gonna start with talking
Darkstalkers.
No.
Wait, what?
Shut
no?
up, SJ. Let me. This is my top. This is my podcast right now, SJ. You let me have control.
No, I
of it.
was guessing. Go ahead.
All right.
Noob Noot.
Anyways, I am going to start with talking about the recent Arc System Works video game, DNF Duel, which is based off the. I don't know if it's popular or not because I don't play it that much. DFO.
Yeah.
So basically, DNF has simple inputs. Now, that's not a terrible thing because I completely understand you don't want to alienate the original fan base from the games. But I feel like that's still not a very valid argument for these types of fighting games. I feel like there should still be some level of difficulty. Because, like, even with Guilty Gear Strive, for example, even it feels extremely watered down when... Like, I started with Guilty Gear Strive, and when I went back to play, like, Guilty Gear Revelator or Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus R, I was like, these games are so much better, and it's because they're fast-paced, there's a huge move list, there's a lot of these wild combos that you can get off, and not to mention, you're not restricted by, like, a time limit, you're not restricted by a small health pool or anything. And also the games do very well in having variation between each character.
Another thing, you're not restricted by that fucking wall. You're also not restricted by that bullshit.
Yeah.
Also, DNF Duel's characters are probably some of the most worst. Just they're just boring.
That's
There's
another
nothing
thing.
there.
Bland.
In the game, DNF Duel, they use the very minimalist designs of the characters. So it's like they're cutting corners. The animation just doesn't look as good. Even in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus had some decent animation to it. DNF just feels empty. And I hate that people defend this game. I hate that people defend Grand Blue Fantasy. I hate that because it's like, it's a new fighting game, so what? You don't defend it because, it's the new Arc System game.
Fox, are you saying you'd rather play Minecraft than DNF Duel?
No, I would still play DNF.
I'd rather get castrated than play DNF Duel.
Isn't that the same thing?
No, Minecraft is a lot worse than castration.
Oh, it's even worse. Oh, fuck.
Great. By the way, I'm still mad at you guys for that opinion last episode.
Great. Go fuck yourself. I don't care.
At least you don't like Roblox.
Turns out he does.
Do you like Roblox?
Like, to be fair, I played it when no
stop.
one played it.
Okay. You've immediately lost me.
Great. No, we're not going to talk about Roblox right now, all right? This is a professional podcast.
The moment he said, I was done with him. I was like, okay. Okay.
Once again, going back to bullying Ben.
It's the same thing as, it's the same energy as like, I'm not gay, but it's like,
Why did I invite you two to the podcast with me? Great.
You might not have had a podcast if you didn't invite us. Fuck you.
All right, back to fighting games.
What about the editor that you got for free?
Fair point. Thank you, SJ. You're the
You're
MVP.
welcome.
I said back to fighting games.
Back to fighting games.
So I know for a fact that SJ will most likely agree with me on everything about older fighting games.
Probably, yeah.
So I'm going to target Ben for this episode.
Because he's going to have the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just hope this isn't the third episode in a row where we talk about Darkstalkers. Because if it is, then I think we should do a Darkstalkers podcast instead of our variety podcast that we planned.
No, we're talking
All
about
right.
Arc
So
games.
as Ben just know, we're going to be changing our podcast. We're going to be talking about Darkstalkers. All right.
Yeah,
Let's
Morgan.
listen now.
I really want to fuck Morgan
Yeah.
and Felicia and Cienko, all of them. Orgy. I want to have a threesome. No, a foursome. No. Yeah, 5. No, I don't fuck. Math, not good.
Great. Fox wanted to deflect some question onto me. What exactly?
All right. So Ben, obviously your only fighting game really has been Guilty Gear Strive,
Yes.
correct? All
yes.
right. And you recently purchased Accent Core, correct?
Yes, I did, in fact.
How did you like it?
I played around 20 minutes of it, and then my fingers hurt because I'm not used to not having a dash macro, which made me realize that I hate not having a dash macro.
Okay, here's the
so
thing.
I uninstalled the game.
Okay. Fox, the thing about dash macros is that they are not a common thing. They're not the rule. They're the exception. Right now, the only ArcSys game that I know that has dash macros is only Strive. It isn't even in DNF. And that's like an easier game relative to like Strive and any fighting game really in the modern day and age. So the thing about dash macros is, are they like fun to have? Yes. But another thing is not having a dash macro and having one changes the balancing a lot.
Yeah. The only other fighting game that I know has a dash macro would be Skullgirls.
Yeah,
Oh, God,
or the MVC games in general.
Yeah.
All of them have a dash macro.
I have played that game, though it looks very interesting, but I'm just too lazy to learn a new game. But guys, did you know?
You're too much
I
of a
actually-
pussy to play actual fighting games.
Yes.
Yeah,
Actually,
man, he does play Minecraft.
what I recently realized is that I lied to you guys. I actually have played fighting games before Strive. Namely one, which is called Naruto Ultimate Ninja 4, which is not the Ultimate Ninja Storm, which is a 3D fighting game, but it's a fighting game that was released for the PlayStation 2, and I played through all of it twice.
Okay,
and
can you tell
I
me the
sucked
name
at it.
again so I can look it up? What was the name again, Fox?
Naruto
Ben.
Shippuden Ultimate Ninja 4.
Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja
4. Yes.
4.
You know-
Shit poo damn.
Images.
I got that game actually because I was a huge fan of the Ninja Storm series, which was releasing for like the PlayStation 3 at the time, I think. But I didn't have money, so I only had a PlayStation 2, and I got that game instead because it had a similar title, and I played the shit out of it. It was great.
This was the only result.
Funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we need to post that on Twitter, Fox.
Oh,
That
Meat
is a
Canyon.
perfect image.
Or that's what it's called. I don't fucking remember what it's called. But I just looked it up so I could see what game this is. So I could what's the word? What's the fucking word? Tell Fox. Yeah, Fox, it's not a fighting game. Hold up a minute. Editor SJ here. Yeah, it turns out I am an absolute idiot, and it is an actual fighting game. And now with the power of hindsight, looking back at some of the things that I was saying sound even more stupid. So have fun listening to me look like an absolute idiot for like 3 minutes straight. This is why I hate myself. And yeah, you should never trust anything I say. I never trusted myself anyways. Yeah, Fox, it's not a fighting game.
It is
Yeah.
actually a fighting game. You
No,
have
it's
like
not.
what the fuck? Why is it not a fighting game? It's literally a 2D like platform fighting game.
What did you
Are
just
you
say?
high?
It's a 2D?
It's like, all right. So let me explain this to you. The story mode is in like 3D. You have like this open world that you run around, do missions, but the actual fights and like playing against your friends and stuff is a 2D fighting game with, normal motion inputs and shit.
So, okay, here's the thing, Fox. I'm going to explain what he's trying to say. It's an arena fighter, but locked in 2D, basically. There you go, Fox.
So it's like a ripoff of Super Smash Bros.
Not necessarily. It's not a
Not
platform
really.
fighter. As I said, Fox, it's an arena fighter, but it's locked in the 2 dimension instead of like being able to move around in the 3 dimensions. So it's not an actual fighting game.
There is actually one fight that is in 3D in that game, and it is the very first boss fight. It is the coolest shit ever. And after, they decided that the best fight in the whole game is actually shit, and they should not do that for some reason.
Either way, it's not a fighting game.
But
we're talking about traditional fighting games. It's not a traditional fighting game. Having motion inputs doesn't make it a fucking fight. DNF doesn't have motion inputs. That's still a fighting game.
So what's the difference then? Am I missing something?
Fox, please kill him for me. He really just asked what's the difference. God, I'm having a seizure, I think.
All right, let's just move on to the next thing.
Fox, did he really just ask what's the difference?
What
We're
is the
talking about
difference?
traditional fighting games, and he brought in an arena fighter, which is locked in the 2D perspective, and is saying is a fighting game because it has motion inputs. Do you know Smash Bros has motion inputs? Do you know that?
I honestly don't get what the difference is.
Smash Bros has motion inputs. Is that a fighting game?
Yeah.
A traditional fighting game. We're talking. No, it's not. It's a platform fighter.
Ben, when we're talking about traditional fighting games, think of something like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. Think of those.
Yeah, right. Or King of Fighters or Arxis fighting games. What you're talking about is an arena fighter. That's a very different thing.
See, even Tekken isn't a traditional fighting game.
Yeah, but that's a 3D thing, so we go into a very different thing there. That's a 3D fighting game. And yeah, it's not a traditional one.
Great. So Fox, you were about to segue this into something else. What is that?
All right. I was hoping that we could maybe discuss some of the obscure video games that we treasure that a lot of people don't really play.
Oh god, didn't we slightly cut on that topic in the last episode when I mentioned Swarm Assault?
Really? You talked about obscure games that you liked. He and I didn't.
So funny story, I actually tried to I actually found the download link from the official website, but
I was with you in a VC that time, right?
Yeah, I know, but the fucking listeners don't know.
No, I'm just asking. That's the time, right? You fuckface.
Yes, that is the time. So it turns out a game that was designed for Windows 98. By the way, I listened back to the second episode and I said Windows 97 and I feel like a fucking stupid idiot.
Well, don't worry. They already know that because you play Minecraft.
Yeah. Fuck you. Yeah, Windows 98. And it turns out those games don't really run at all on Windows 10.
No shit.
Yeah, that sucked.
You would either need to emulate it or you either need to have a virtual machine for it. I'm pretty positive.
Yep. I'm too lazy to do that. So I guess no playing that game. Great.
Yep. Fuck that game, or fuck you playing that game. There you go. That's a different thing. Don't fuck the game. The game looked decent. But what are the games that you treasure, Fox? Obscure games from your childhood?
So, I don't know how obscure this one really is, but one of my favorite platforming games, I talked about it a little bit in the last episode, but not to a crazy extent. It was Shantae. Shantae was one of my favorite platforming games of all time. I still love it to this day. I play all the new games.
To be fair, that isn't like the most obscure game ever, because even I have heard of it, and I'm not really the biggest platformer enjoyer. Yeah.
Yeah, but you needed me to search up and find an image for you to recognize what Shantae was.
Yeah, because
when you hear Mario, you immediately know who I'm talking about. When I say something like Morgan Einsland, you immediately know who I'm talking about. When I brought up Shantae, you had no clue who I was talking about until I had to show you that image.
Yeah, Fox, the thing is, I know the character. I have seen the character. It's quite a memorable character. It's just that I have never played the game, and so when you said Shantae, I was like, yeah, I had no image in my head. I did not connect the title to the character.
Searching of
Now
Shantae
that you
is just showing
showed
me
that.
interesting pictures of the girl. I don't know if I should have searched it up. She looks
Right.
like a child. Oh shit! How old is she?
Fox?
I'll search it out. Let me
Is
see.
she is she
great.
older than 18? Because these pictures, I don't know. I don't know about
Why
that.
did you even search for it, SJ? Great.
I just searched
she's
Shantae.
20.
All right,
That's
she's 20.
it.
You're safe.
Okay.
Time to post them on Twitter.
She still looks like
Fuck.
a child, though. So I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
she kind
the
of
reason I love that series so much is just because I love the music and I didn't really care for the pixelated sprites, which was a first for me because I'm a huge sucker for pixel sprites. But for Shantae, I feel like she got better when she became just full on 2D animated. I feel like that's when she really got better.
From the little gameplay I saw, the 2D like animated kind of ish that you were talking about looks so much like cleaner and more enjoyable just from an outsider looking in. So yeah, I would agree with you there.
Dude, I should stream the recent game to you guys and kind of just let you see it.
Ooh,
Because
that sounds great.
I love the visuals in it because it has like a beachy vibe. You know, it's got a lot of sand areas, tropical areas. It's really neat. But yeah. Anyways, SJ, what about you? You got any obscure games that you love?
So I have played a lot of games. Are we limited to just telling about one, or can we go two?
We can go I can talk about more games I love.
So here's
have
the thing.
time.
As a kid, right, I used to play a lot of arcade games, right? Retro arcade games.
Great.
A lot of them. And I played a lot of very recognizable games, like a lot of beat 'em ups like Streets of Rage and Final Fight and stuff, and like even fighting games. That's when I started with fighting games. It also had Darkstalkers, of course. Mwah. That's when I fell in love and I really wanted to fuck a sprite.
It's my favorite game of all time. You know me. I'll talk on that for like days.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, maybe you should have made it your topic, but then again, it was like almost the topic of last episode because you guys didn't want to talk about my topic.
I'll make it the topic for the next time I'm the host.
But
Great, so we can talk about Darkstalkers every episode, it seems.
so I have some.
I'll save the Darkstalker stuff for the 6th episode.
Yes, 6.
Damn.
Yes. But so I'm gonna have some honorable mentions, and then I'm gonna talk about a certain one. So one game would be Outrun 2, which I don't know how obscure that is. Do any of you know about that?
No.
Nope.
That is a good sign of it being obscure, but not
All right.
really. You can search it up on Google. The second one, unfortunately, I don't remember the actual title. It might not be as obscure, but it's a beat 'em up or a shoot 'em up, a top-down shoot 'em up of Michael Jackson.
What the fuck?
Yep. Yep. And he does say that in the game too. Like there's like a power-up that happens, and if you get that power-up, he says hee hee. Yeah, so
Goddamn.
so you guys don't know about that either?
No.
But
But,
those are very good signs that I am talking about some obscure shit. And the last one you guys it was called Michael Jackson Moonwalker.
Oh,
And it's a Sega retro arcade classic beat 'em up.
I have never heard of that. Maybe
Yup,
I've
see?
just not played enough arcade games.
No,
since...
Fox doesn't know either. Right, Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
that
doesn't
one
know
sounds a
either.
little bit familiar, but
But Michael Jackson Moonwalker is a beat 'em up of Michael Jackson. And I love the part where you do like a super move and is playing Smooth Criminal and he just dances. All the criminals start dancing around him too, and then they just die. It's amazing. I love this game. But my most favorite would be, it might not be as obscure, it would be Sunset Riders. Do you know about that at least, Fox?
nope.
Wait.
Perfect. I am doing this. Nobody
feels like
knows.
It feels like I've heard that title. What's it about?
Search it. It's a shoot 'em up.
All right, then I haven't heard of it. Great. I was
Okay,
thinking of a
great.
different game. I don't remember what it was called, but I feel like the title would have fit the game, but the game I was thinking of is a racing game, so
hell no,
definitely
it's not a
not that.
racing. Outrun 2 is a racing game that I talked about. But Sunset Riders is the game that it's an obscure game. Ben doesn't know about it, but he doesn't play, arcade retro games. Fox doesn't. He doesn't know either. So I'm right on the money with obscure shit.
Great. Tell us more about the game.
But Sunset Riders is a classic retro arcade game, 2D. It's a shoot 'em up, scrolling shoot 'em up, scroller. That's what it's called. Side scroller. It's a side scroller shoot 'em up, 2D, in which it's an arcade game, and it's the 2D sprites. It's really old. I don't know how old though, but in this game, Sunset Riders, you can choose from 4 different cowboys, right?
Yeah.
And I, as a kid, always chose the pink one.
Ram Ranch.
Always choose the pink cowboy.
Because
here's the masculine.
Here's the thing. I used to like the color pink a lot. It used to be my favorite color.
Great.
Right? And the pink one was Mexican.
Nice.
And he had that very, like thick beard. That's the one I related to the most to. I was like, he kind of looks like my people. He's not that white. He has a very thick beard, right? And he has and his attire also looks kind of similar to my people. I'm gonna pick him, and he's pink, my favorite color. And in this game, you go from left to right. You get a regular revolver in the beginning, which you're gonna keep upgrading, keep getting upgrades, and it's such a fun game. So it starts. Of course, it starts. You get in with the character that you're playing with, and it has like different levels of buildings where if you look up and you press your jump button, they jump up and like go up to the animation is just so good. The sound effects are so good. The game is just, you guys need to play this game.
SJ, let me ask you something real quick. In that game, are there weapons that are like laying on the ground that you can pick up?
Don't think so. No, there's just like things that you pick up which upgrade your weapon. Like you still have a revolver, but instead of shooting 1 dart, it might shoot like 3. Or 3 bullets, sorry.
You just reminded me of a game that I used to play. Like it was a browser, like Flash game.
It's not a browser Flash game.
All right, fair. But the game I was thinking about, it also had like cowboys playing in the Wild West, and it was like also a 2D shoot 'em up where there was like weapon upgrades laying on the ground. You picked them up, and you just had to complete these levels. But the levels were kind of difficult, as they are with older games.
There's a certain part where like a bunch of bulls come like running on the screen. You need to jump up and run over the bulls. Is that like ringing a bell? Both of you should look it up though, if you haven't. Just look up Sunset Riders and look at the picture so you guys have an idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
1 second, I'm doing it right now.
And look at the pink one. That's the one I liked the most and I always picked because he was the coolest to me.
Sounds like Custer's Revenge.
What?
Oh boy, you don't know about Custer's Revenge?
I don't. Should
Oh
I?
boy.
We're getting more and more obscure as we speak.
This game was extremely controversial when it came out.
I wonder
on
why.
arcades.
Interesting.
This reminds me of other arcade games that I also used to play. So there was a game. You guys know about Brick Breaker, right?
No.
Here's a screenshot from Custer's Revenge.
That game. I know this one.
But both of you know about Brick Breaker, right? What that is? No, the genre. I don't know what it like. You're like a tiny little plate thingy on the bottom, and there's a ball. The ball goes up, bricks, and comes back down, and then goes up again.
Yeah,
you know about
games.
that, right?
Yeah,
very fun.
So there was a certain Brick Breaker in my emulator, which was like it was related to like it's Playboy or something, right? And
I can see where this is going.
I played it, right? And there was like 5 levels, and all of the levels had like a censored picture of a lady in interesting positions. right? And when you played the brick breaker, the more the bricks got destroyed, the more the female got revealed, if you will. You know,
Right, so as
and it would be like you would go from like full clothed to tits hanging out, no vagina though, like panty stays on, everything else gone. And I
SJ.
played the shit out of that game as a kid.
SJ, it must be like really difficult to control that like slider at the bottom with your left hand, right? Because you have like
No, it was not, because I was determined. Want to know what I did? So what happens is once you win, they don't let you it doesn't stay on there. It automatically goes away after showing you the full picture.
Yeah.
What I did is, since it was an emulator, you had the ability to pause. So instead of making it harder for myself, I was fully determined, break all the bricks. When they finally revealed the full picture, pause the game, then appreciate it.
Does that appreciation come with a box of tissues and some lotion?
Did you did you mess up the pausing?
I did.
At some
one time I did, because like my hands were shaking. And I was like, oh, to press it. But I pressed the wrong button, which actually made the game faster, like fast motion. So it went away faster. I was so pissed.
I was really hoping that you said you accidentally pressed a button and it switched from female to males.
Oh my god.
It's like your dick immediately retracts.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, what's
back
this?
into the body you go.
Yep. Back into your guys' penis is inside your body and come out.
Of course.
Ben?
It was
Ben.
obviously an exaggeration.
I don't know if it was an exaggeration anymore.
I know there's a lot of German experimentation. Did they experiment with the human private
Like,
parts?
do you have a retractable dick?
Yeah, actually, no, guys, when I get flaccid, I automatically turn into a female. I'm like the forefront of transsexuals.
No, you just call your dick the turtle head.
Can I fuck you then?
Oh,
If you can switch from both, I would love to fuck you. The choices are unlimited.
Oh god. So speaking of games that no one has heard of, have you guys heard of the game Art of War Red Tides?
No, I have not.
No. All right. So that game is
No,
interesting.
tell me the actual name so I can look it up too, so I know what the
All
fuck
right,
you're
it's
talking
called
about.
Art of War Red Tides.
Red Tights?
No, with a D. Tides. As in the tide.
Oh, I would love it was Red Tights though. Like it's an RTS, but all the characters are just like females in red tights. It would be perfect.
We'd all love that.
Exactly.
So what the game is about, it was like a 3v3. And before going into the game, you'd select these units that you want to be available during the game. And during the game, every unit cost money that was automatically mined. And when you bought, like, let's say 3 units, every, 3 waves, your units would be released. And then it's about whoever, reaches the enemy base, who are also doing the same thing, first. But the money you get obviously goes up, the troops you have go up, and so the troops that you have get more expensive, more powerful, and more plenty in numbers. And so it starts out with, 10 units, and it's about whoever can destroy the egg in the middle first, which gives gold. It's whole nother mechanic.
Holy
And
shit.
It ends up as 300 versus 350 units, where it's just some epic fight. The problem is,
Dude.
it wasn't really popular, and the servers are now so lightly populated that finding a single game takes half an hour.
I looked it up and they showed a picture.
Oh, speaking of really underpopulated games, there's this, do you know the game Second Life?
No, I don't.
I think I've heard.
It's basically you have your own life in a video game. You get to make up a character and you play online with a bunch of people.
Sounds very
I have heard of
degen.
that. VR chat.
So no, it's not exactly like VR Chat or Second Life. It's this other game, and it was really dead. But people have been noticing that there's like the same person logging in for like the past like decade and a half, and it's almost they have like cult-like behaviors on the game.
Great.
It's some really fucking weird
Cyber
shit.
sex and sex work in Second Life.
To be fair, VR chat is way worse on that front. You have literal
I saw it.
you have a lot of weird stuff on VR chat. Don't go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, like furries.
No, I saw a dick.
And,
So I was in VR chat, right? So I was on that whatever that mode is called, where like people keep time to talk, something like fucking that, and so it keeps switching after like 1 minute of talking to a certain person. I got to a certain person, right, and I couldn't see their model, and they were like, "Can you see my model? Can you see my?" I'm like, "I don't see it. It's not loading for me, right?" And before it could load, the person I was talking to switched, right? And after a couple of switches, I got back to that dude, and I'm like, "Dude, your model is loaded, right?" And he was fully clothed. His model was. So I looked away for a second. I look back at him in game. I looked back at him, and I saw a dick for like a split second. I immediately turned around and I like ran to the like exit door, like my life depended on it, because I don't want to be in the same room as a person who has his dick out in a VR game.
Great.
That's not safe.
AJ,
Okay.
the rabbit hole on VR chat goes really deep. I have seen a full-on documentary on YouTube where one guy was like explaining how there was a Discord server where you could digitally buy people that just voluntarily logged onto VR chat every day and let themselves get like sold as slaves in VR chat. They're not actually like obligated to do this. They just want to.
So slavery role play, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad, because I never played that game after seeing the dick.
Have you guys heard of the Pokemon game where you get to use guns and enslave Pokemon?
What?
Yeah, it's on
Aren't
Steam.
all
Let me find
Pokemon
it.
games where you enslave Pokemons?
No, but you actually use guns. You actually like enslave Pokemon and force them into labor
I would love to
camps.
shoot a Pikachu. What's the game called?
Let's see. Let me find the game.
Guys, you know what that reminds me of? It's like an old, I think it was an Egoraptor animation. Do you guys even know Egoraptor?
It's called
Great.
World.
Guys. Do you guys know Egoraptor?
I don't.
No, but no Game Grumps.
Oh my goodness. We're checking out Egoraptor after this recording. So Egoraptor, he did like parody animations and parody songs, and one of his parodies was of Pokemon. And I think, at least, it might be that I fully misremember this, but it was like the main character goes into to the professor, I think, to get his first Pokemon, and like his first Pokemon is just a straight up gun. And it keeps saying gun, and he just shoots people with it. And at the end, everyone's dead. It was stupid.
Yeah, and I do know Egoraptor.
What is this Pal World game, Fox?
Yeah, it's like peak 2011 humor.
Fox, I looked up Pal World, and now I am incredibly confused.
Why?
It's a bunch of Pokemons with guns. It's so cool.
Yeah, and they're enslaved. You can make them do labor.
This
for
is so
free.
cool. I always wanted to enslave and shoot Pokemons.
Holy shit!
Because I hate them.
How much is this game? I need to play this right now.
It's not released yet.
Oh my
It's not released.
goodness.
It doesn't have a price
There's
tag.
sheep. I'm seeing some sheep Pokemons with like machine guns in their hands. Holy shit, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, this is a copyright copyright dispute waiting to happen. Oh god.
Okay, so I know that at the beginning of the episode, SJ brought up public domain.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Have you heard about the horror movie Winnie the Pooh?
Nah.
It's gonna come out.
Wait, is Winnie the Pooh gonna
Yep,
go into the public domain?
Oh, is it Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey?
It is in public domain. So Let me show you the
No,
picture.
is it that one? Blood and Honey, right? Winnie the
Yes.
Pooh. Blood
Oh, how? Oh, I have seen that.
Yeah, I knew about it.
Like the trailer
Yep.
thing. Goddamn, that's gonna be. I'm probably gonna watch that. I love me some horror movies.
And that reminds me, I'm still waiting for some sort of actual update in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I want to see if that's going to be good or bad.
Oh god, it's
yes.
probably gonna be a disaster. But with how long they've worked on a script, maybe it doesn't suck ass. But we've been disappointed recently with FNAF. I mean, Security Breach released like over a year ago,
and
I think.
Dude, the audacity of them to be like, oh yeah, we're going to release a DLC next year for free. Thankfully, it's for free because I would not pay for a DLC. Okay, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, I thought was a fantastic, fresh,
In
breath of fresh air.
In my opinion, it was like some of the greatest, one of the best recent FNAF games, ever since, I think Sister Location. I think out of all the games after Sister Location, it might be the best, but just because it's a remake-ish in VR, and the new concepts like vent repair and animatronic repair are really, really good and fit the series.
Yeah, so when they announced Security Breach as a free-to-roam game, I was still thinking that it was going to be a VR game. I was like, oh, that's going to be so cool. Actually running away from animatronics, having control all to yourself.
Well, when they said free roam game, I was kind of I don't know if they're gonna be able to pull it off, because the really scary thing about the first few games, in my opinion, came from the fact that you couldn't leave the office, that you just had to, that you were kind of just stuck there.
No, what I thought they could have done was something interesting, where to distract an animatronic, you take something off a table and you throw it somewhere, and it distracts them. I thought that would have been kind of a cool idea, but no, they instead just made Sister Location, but even more free roam.
And also,
which they made it really lighthearted too, which I did not like.
The FNAF game, Security Breach, is just bland. It just reminds me of basically every indie free roam horror game ever, and the aesthetic that it shows, though it's kind of cool, is not really good or fitting within the FNAF series.
So, Ben, do you know about the new FNAF remake, FNAF Plus?
Oh, I've seen that. It looks so good. It looks scary, and it looks insane.
Yeah, that's exactly what Five Nights at Freddy's needs to be. They need to be dark.
Yeah.
They need to be terrifying. The whole lore behind Five Nights at Freddy's is genuinely something that could be a good, horror franchise. The problem is Scott Cawthon leads the directions in the hands of people who can't really do that.
I don't know. He kind of left the directions in the hands of people that marketed to the best paying audience, and sadly that is similar to with Poppy Playtime is kids. I was at a train station and I saw some 8-year-old kid with Poppy Playtime merch, which
Poppy Playtime is just such a crappy game.
My younger brother, who's 8, is also obsessed with Poppy Playtime, and whenever he mentions anything related to Poppy Playtime, it's like I have this huge urge to punch him in the throat. This huge urge to punch him in the throat.
Understandable.
But hey, he's my brother. I have to control myself. He also loves Minecraft, by the way, Fox, and he cannot shut up about it. And that's also when I have a huge urge to punch him in the throat.
So whenever I hear Poppy Playtime, I just think of the NFT scam they tried to pull. Anyways,
same here.
Back to FNAF.
Back to NFTs. Great.
Okay, but back to FNAF. What I was gonna say was, I also feel really bad for Scott Cawthon because he kind of got harassed online for his political beliefs, which is the dumbest reason.
I don't
someone.
think you should harass someone because of his political beliefs. I personally, I do gotta say, I don't really agree with his political beliefs, but I don't care about them. like he can have his own opinions, and it won't it won't mitigate the fact that he has made some great horror games, and that's what he's supposed to do.
And he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Like, he seems like a very chill, kind person.
I mean, I've heard, I've listened to the interview that that someone did with him on YouTube, and he seems so nice.
Yeah. Like, okay, basically what happened was, like, after his, like, views and everything got revealed, people started harassing his family, too, and targeting his family, which is super wrong.
The internet is a bunch of assholes. SJ,
Yeah.
how much do you actually?
You would
I
say
saw you were busy
something?
texting.
No. I thought you would say something. You're like SJ, and then you would say something, but you were waiting for me to say something.
SJ, how much do you actually know about the FNAF series? Since
nothing. I know nothing about it. Nothing.
Have you ever played one of them? One of the games? We gotta change that. I'll gift you the
no,
game.
No, I don't like the game or the series.
What?
I'm only there for the lore, and that gets fulfilled through theories on the internet and MatPat.
So, the only actual FNAF games that I enjoyed was the first one, of course. The second one was okay. The third one was complete trash. The fourth one was also shit. Sister Location was underwhelming. That free FNAF game, which was technically the sixth one, was
Pizzeria
terrible.
Simulator.
Help Wanted was really good. Security Breach
Was dog shit.
was extremely underwhelming, and dog shit.
Alright, for me it's like the first FNAF game out of the 4 originals is what I like to call them. The first is like my my second least favorite of the bunch. Then the second game, mainly for nostalgia reasons in this case, because I played the shit out of that game, is my favorite, though I can recognize...
No, it's probably because you want to fuck the chicken.
I can recognize that the second game isn't as good as the first, but in my opinion, it is my favorite. The third game, I know a lot of people hated on it. I personally really liked it.
Don't worry, Ben. We won't fault you for having a shitty
Yes,
opinion.
you will. And the fourth game was great too. All right. After that, they got kind of stale. I'm gonna admit that. Though,
I feel like the third and fourth game dropped in quality a lot.
I mean, the second, you really noticed the drop in quality since he took 3 weeks to develop that, which is just insane to me. He just kind of threw it together.
Yeah, I do think it's impressive though, because he did it by himself. I'm not going to take that away from Scott Cawthon. He does a great job.
He is insanely talented.
But I feel like if he were to take a little more time, not release them back to back to back, I feel like they could have been even better.
And by the way, when I first saw a trailer for FNAF Plus, was legit the first time I saw something FNAF related and was actually a little scared of it. Because holy shit, the character designs in FNAF Plus look insane. Fuck you.
Pussy.
Now, to stop this being the Ben and Fox show, SJ, where would you like to transition this? Nowhere, apparently.
Sex.
What?
Great job.
Sick.
Closely followed by death.
Ah, yes.
Those are the two options I have. Anybody down to talk about that?
All right. SJ,
want to talk about sex?
This is a podcast episode, not a depressive episode, all right?
All right. This is what, since we're getting close to the ending of the podcast.
Yeah, there's 10 minutes left. 15-ish minutes.
I guess that means I have to show Ben what we were talking about.
Oh.
I'll show it in full length later to you.
Just
Ben.
give him like a screenshot,
Yeah.
And then title drop it for the audience.
Give me one sec. Here, you and SJ have a nice family-friendly conversation. Will I get something even more wholesome on the screen?
Thank you. I'm truly excited. Now, listeners, you won't see this, and as you might have seen, we said in the second episode we might post the pictures we were looking at on Twitter.
Yeah, that never happened. Fuck you.
Yeah, never happened. Because Fox, And also we decided we wouldn't do it because I don't know. Because they said so. I was like, yeah, just post them. Twitter doesn't care. Didn't happen. Great.
For me, I didn't put them in the video because I'm already editing, okay? I don't want to do it more.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, listeners.
Fair. Great.
Not my problem, it's a you problem. Okay, you can't be pissed at me for not doing what you want to do. You choose to listen to me, not the other way around. You can stop listening right now. Fuck you.
Since we have like a minute until Fox actually posts us pictures, I wanted to say, real quick, originally, we wanted to record this episode on the weekend. However, this did not work out. I was already kind of excited being like, oh, finally a podcast episode where I'm not tired as shit before like recording it. And then we postponed it to Monday, which is today. I didn't sleep at all. I drank 3 energy drinks to be here. And now we have an episode currently.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
I don't know what the fuck to say.
Great. We're still waiting for Fox.
I got nothing.
Sorry, this is taking a while.
I got nothing. My
Yeah, we can
brain
tell.
is numb right now. Thoughts are not happening.
Okay.
Words are not coming.
Here we go.
All right.
So,
What?
Ben,
Yeah.
is it not loading?
No,
It's
I
not
can see
loading.
that. That looks like
Fox, the ass shot from Dizzy. Dude, put that here too.
Give me 1 second.
isn't that just Guilty
So-
Gear and
No, there's Mai
DNF?
there.
Yeah.
There's Tekken characters in the background too.
Yeah, I was
There's no
that's
DNF. What the fuck do you mean DNF?
Okay, for some reason it's not
The
loading
one in
the
like
GIF.
the red outfit kind of looks like Striker from DNF a little
That's oh my god, Fox.
bit. A little bit.
He just said Mai looks like Fox. What is? Oh no, fuck,
What?
fuck.
What did you just
He says Mai looks like Striker from DNF.
Bro, I literally have this up on my second monitor and it's just pixelated as fuck. I don't know. The hair. All I looked at was the hair.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
it looks a little
Okay.
bit like Striker from DNF.
Fox,
Okay, let me
Fox,
get you
why
a
are you
really
even
good
blessing
picture.
him? He doesn't deserve this.
Alright.
He doesn't deserve this.
Let me give you a good picture. Let's see. Let me find one.
Alright.
Here we go.
Now,
Here's a
I'm
good one.
supposed to guess if this is a hentai or what? Oh.
A game.
A game.
Is this a hentai or
This
a
is
game?
the character that you thought was Striker.
Yeah, well, that is definitely isn't Striker now that I see it from the front. Yeah.
And Striker came after her.
So judging from the quality of the images, it
Yeah.
looks more like a hentai.
Alright. Well, let me just tell you, this is from it wasn't released outside of Japan.
Obviously.
It was from a game called Queen's Gate Spiral
It's
Chaos.
a video
Oh,
game and not a not safe for work one.
So this game had it focused on all females.
Obviously, I mean,
From fighting games
And-
all around the world.
It had characters obviously from Guilty Gear and from SNK.
Blaze Blue.
it has Dizzy.
DOA. Tekken.
It has Dizzy, so I am already sold on it.
It is a tactical
I am
RPG.
not sold on it anymore. Great.
Yeah, and it's not
Yeah.
worth playing too. This is not a
So-
good game.
I'll have to really show you some of the animations that are in this game. By the way, I found something very surprising when I was looking further into Queen's Gate.
By the way,
SJ.
Fox?
Yeah.
Let me find it real fast. You guys go ahead and talk. I'll find
Again.
this.
Fox, by the way, real quick, this time, will you post them pictures on Twitter or are we
No.
just... Alright, so we're not even gonna promise it this time.
I'm not posting them on YouTube. I'm not gonna post them on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
fair,
don't give
that's
a
a fair
shit.
point. So, dear listeners, fuck you.
Okay, you're definitely not going to be able to show this.
Oh, hell yeah,
but-
that sounds like a great picture.
Oh my god. So, remember how we were talking about who the animators were?
Mhm.
SJ?
Yeah.
So this is in the game.
So our theory was that they are hentai artists, and that just goes ahead and proves it, doesn't it?
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you it looks originally like a hentai, like some cheap ass hentai, and
Yeah, that's why I also guessed hentai, because the artists are fucking hentai artists.
But you have to think, they okayed this.
Like, this is made by
They gave
hentai
the-
artists. For
They
context,
gave-
listeners, there's bare tits, okay, and then there's a character with a phallic object going in her fucking mouth, probably a tentacle of some sort.
Yeah, this seems like a 10 out of 10 game if it wasn't an RPG.
Oh, this image is gonna be pixelated to shit, but here's
Wait.
this.
Oh god, yeah, it is pixelated to all shit. Yeah, I can't see it.
When judgment occurs, that's what it says.
Okay, you have to think, who the hell at Arc System or, SNK, who the hell gave them the okay?
Horny people.
Some horny bastards in their companies, exactly.
Honestly,
All right.
great marketing decision. Just you want clicks, then put some bare booba out there, and everyone's gonna want to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this leads me to another question. SJ just fisting dots.
Deleting your history, old school style.
Yep.
Just open so many websites that someone doesn't scroll down enough.
Because here's the thing, I don't want to click on our group chat and then there's bare tits hanging out,
I don't know, that's exactly what I want to do.
I mean, but like, what if there's someone in my room, It's like my sister comes in and it's like bare tits on my screen. That's not good.
Well, you need to show dominance. You open the image when she comes in.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's good. That's some good shit.
Oh god. All right, we're approaching 57 minutes of recording, so I don't know. Are we gonna do the outro or what?
No, let's just not do it. Let's just stop. It just ends here. It's like
Great.
boom, end. Great.
All right, so can I stop recording?
No, do
you
the
need to say
fucking
goodbye,
outro.
you moron.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I stopped recording, guys.
Thank you.
Go ahead, do the outro, Fox.
Okay. So, looks like that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed our fucking weird-ass conversations
I hope you guys
today.
enjoyed our fucking...
And I'm sorry that you're going to have to deal with SJ and Ben as the next two hosts for the next two podcasts. I promise whenever it gets back to me, I'll make it actually interesting.
Great.
And I am sorry that I was semi-dead in this episode. Because one, they talked about FNAF. 2, I don't fucking know why I was dead.
Great.
Yeah, next time I got a really good topic.
Next
I got a
time,
good
drink that drink with cocaine you talked about before we started recording.
Yeah, I will.
All right. Well, I think I should go ahead and end the podcast now.
Yes.
So anyways, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.